The American Massive are going to say it's Sha Carri, Richardson. The Jamaican Massive will say it's Shericka Jackson. And the St. Lucian Massive will say it is Julien Alfred. Which of these three is the greatest sprint queen? Plus, did Asafa Powell just diss the entire Jamaica? And Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce now play. Plus, Carifta games in one day. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd. Well, go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know the next video drops. Drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd. Well, also if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yeah. Good to go. Well, people, this is going to be a packed one. Lots of exciting stories to talk about. Sorry about no videos for the last 2 days. Been extremely busy working on a huge project. We'll talk about it another time. So let's get into this one. Asafa Powell is one of Jamaica's most loved and revered sprinters. The former world record holder, who I think still holds the world record for the men's 100 yards, is known as the sub-10 king, meaning he has ran more sub-10s than any other human being over the 100 meters. Well, we saw his adorable son run at their recent at the Suns Sports Day, but it's what happened after the young man ran that I found interesting. Take a listen. Yeah, he's definitely Asafa Powell's son. he beat that cute little field by about a mile. That was very impressive. Anyway, Asafa made a post on his social media pages that I found really interesting. I want to hear your opinion, because do you think Asafa Powell just disrespected Jamaica, or does he have valid points? Take a listen. Asafa Powell warns his children will not run for Jamaica if conditions don't improve. Olympian suggests that he should have taken opportunity to switch allegiance, meaning, if you don't understand, he had the opportunity to not represent the island of Jamaica, to switch for another country, and he chose not to. Is he feeling regret? Anyway, let's continue with this. The sub-10 king of Asafa Powell said, "Yo, our future looks good and all that stuff. Honestly, guys, if the support system don't change, my kid's not running for Jamaica," the former 100-meter world record holder said. "I'm sorry to say that, but it's just facts. My wife is Canadian and Ghanaian, so there are options," he added. Powell also stated that in 2006 he was offered millions of US dollars to run for another country. He said it was still early in his career, remarking that, quote, "I didn't know what the future holds. If I knew then what I know now, I suspect it would meant I would have taken up the opportunity." Despite being among the most decorated in the world, Jamaican athletes have long complained about lack of support from the country's authorities. People want to think, that's a pretty serious statement. That's a pretty serious statement for someone who clearly loves yard, like our yard people. If you're not Jamaican, means we reference Jamaica as yard. For someone who clearly loves Jamaica, that's a pretty. In other words, what he's saying is that he regrets not having taken up those millions of US dollars because he doesn't think the structure here truly supports track and field, and he references the authorities in particular. Let's talk about that one later. That's pretty serious. The other thing I want to know is, the pressure on children of these super sprinters. Can you imagine the pressure on that young man? Everybody's expecting to become a sprinter. Suppose he want to become a doctor or a social media person or something else. Anyway, if there's one thing we know about Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, one of the two goats out of Jamaica. Yeah, I said it. GOAT meaning greatest of all time. And you can say, how can there be two? Well, in my mind, we have two greatest of all time. Anyway, let's check out my last video and we talk about that. So we know that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce don't play, and we know that at Sports Day for her son, she not play, she run. And it was no different this year.
They run hard. No, you have to stop this. I jump out them girl belly button. She's crazy.
But not lie though, if it was my son, prep school, and I am world champion and one of the greatest sprinters of all time, me I run. Yeah, come on, I'm a picnic proud of me. Oh, let me break that down in English. If it were me, yes, I would run hard too. I want my child to be proud of me. So whether or not I have unfair quote unquote advantage, I know it's terrifying. She was jogging. Oh my goodness! Whoa. Starting on Saturday, April the 19th in Trinidad and Tobago, the Carifta Games takes place. And if you remember last year, Jamaica was very impressive, as we normally are. We're normally pretty dominant at the Carifta Games. But it gives us a great opportunity to see the immense, remarkable talent across the Caribbean. Awesome. Do you remember this on the 2100 meter finals when Sabrina Dockery shocked many in winning the finals over her countrywoman, the remarkable Fianna Terry Long.
Girls 100 meters.
Set.
Off they go. Dockery got a brilliant start for Jamaica. Terry Long is up well too. Dodie is running well. Niles tries to come forward. Terry Long and Dockery. Terry Long and Dockery. Dockery creates the upset. 11.22. That is a sensational performance from Sabrina Dockery. So often the bridesmaid. Now she is the champion. That came out of nowhere, or maybe it didn't.
So here is the lineup of the participants representing the beautiful island of Jamaica at this year's 2025 Carifta Games. Take a look. Looking forward to this one. Of course, we'll be covering it here at Peter Lloyd World. Carifta Games is always exciting. Speaking about exciting, the world's greatest living 200 meter runner of all time, and in my personal opinion, outside of Flojo having the world record in this event, she is the greatest 200 meter female runner all time, missing Flojo's world record 2 years ago by a hair's breadth, simply because there wasn't enough wind behind her. I honestly think she's the greatest. We're talking about none other than Shericka Jackson. Well, Shericka Jackson will be officially opening her 200 meter season. Now, she's already opened the season. We have seen the MVP, track superstar, twice world champion, run the 300 meters recently in Miramar. We've seen her do 60s. Well, she'll be doing the 200 meters officially. This is the first one that I know she's slated to do. I don't know if she's going to be doing I don't know, running somewhere as Pratt before this, but as of now, this is going to be her first 200 meters. Plus, there are other top tier Jamaican sprinters and athletes who will be running, some opening their season officially. This will be at the first Diamond League for 2025, Diamond League over there in China. Track and field fans are awaiting the 2025 Wonder Diamond League that begins on April the 26th in Xiamen, China. And that got apologies a little bit shorter this week with the reveal of the first Diamond League start list. When the season opener is on the way, it will be the 15th season since the league was created in 2010. It has a history of winners from some of the all-time greats, including Allyson Felix, Shericka Jackson, Usain Bolt, Noah Lyles, and more. Daniel Williams, who we just saw become Grand Slam Track's first Jamaican Grand Slam Track champion, will also be featured in the women's 100 meters hurdles at the Xiamen Diamond League event. The reigning world champion in the event, Daniel Williams, will be the only Jamaican slated to run. I don't know if anyone is going to jump in. Up until this point, you can see here the lineup. This is her winning at the Grand Slam track at the National Stadium inaugural event.
suppose, was probably pretty surprised to see Williams accelerate past her in the middle of the race like that. High knees. She looks like a good 100-meter runner. She's got a good frame for it.
Former Tokyo 2020 Olympic champion in the men's 110 meters hurdles, Hansel Parchment, will also make his season debut at the Diamond League at the end of this month. Parchment goes up against a stacked field, including the remarkable Grant Holloway, Daniel Roberts, and Freddie Critton. So this is going to be a big one. So the Great One opens his season for 2025, and of course Wayne, the remarkable Wayne Pinnock in the men's long jump, who goes there as one of the favorites to walk away with a gold medal. We saw him take silver in the World Indoors 2025 in that event, just shy of walking away with the gold. Always, he has not yet walked away with that big gold medal, people, meaning Wayne Pinnock in the men's long jump, but I am certain this is going to be his year. Of course, the other Jamaican, Tajay Gale, will also be in this event.
To his best effort.
I think this is going to be very, very exciting, people. Diamond League, the first Diamond League event of 2025. Rohan Watson, who has started a solid season, will feature in the men's 100 meters. And as we mentioned, Shericka Jackson opens her 200-meter campaign at the Zyman Diamond League, April the 25th. Keep it locked here to Peter Lloyd World. Now, speaking of the remarkable Shericka Jackson, we want to look at three of the great younger female sprinters across the world today. And I'm gonna ask the question, after we look at their stats, who do you think is really the best of these three? Of course, if you're Jamaican, you're going to say Shericka Jackson. If you're American, you're going to say Sha Carri, Richardson. And if you are from the beautiful island of St. Lucia, you're going to say it's none other than Julien Alfred. Who is the best of these three young ladies in the 100 and 200 meters combined sprints?
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
So who is the best? Let's first do a breakdown of Shericka Jackson's incredible career as a sprinter. Now, Shericka Jackson's specialization initially excelled in the 400 meters, winning World Championships bronze and Olympic bronze, later transitioning to the 100 meters and the 200 meters with great success. Versatility has won medals at major championships in the 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, including relays, making her a uniquely versatile sprinter. She is the first athlete in World Championship history to win medals in the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 400 meters. Take a note of that. Recent achievements, 2022 to 2023, won gold in the 200 meters at the 2022 and the 2023 World Championships, with her 2023 time being the second fastest ever, of course, over 200 meters. Won silver in 100 meters at the 2022 and the 2023 World Championships. 2024 Paris Olympic Games faced a setback due to injury, forcing her to withdraw from her events.
It's her title, this is her event. Thomas trying to go with her, but it's Shericka Jackson at the moment. Can she hold it? She's storming to victory here. Watch the clock, this is so fast.
Jackson is currently ranked the second fastest woman in history in the 200 meters and the fifth fastest woman in the 100 meters. Her personal best in the 100 meters is 10.65, which she achieved in 2023 in Kingston, Jamaica, and in the 200 meters, it is a mind-bending 21.41 seconds, which is also a national record for Jamaica. She did this at the Budapest World Championships in 2023. Now let's take a look at the American sprint sensation, Sha Carri, Richardson. Her specialization, of course, she represents the United States of America. Her specialization is primarily the 100 and 200 meters. In her earlier career, showed immense talent early, breaking under 20 world records in 2019 and winning the NCAA titles. Faced a setback in 2021, preventing her from competing in the Tokyo Olympics. I still think that was actually a good thing for her, got her head together. Now, as for her recent achievements, 2023 to 2024 had a successful comeback, becoming the world champion in 100 meters at the 2023 World Athletics Championships in a record time of 10.65 seconds. Also won bronze in the 200 meters and anchored the gold-winning 4x100 meter relay team. Won the 100 meters at the 2023 and the 2024 US Outdoor Track and Field Championships. 2024 Paris Olympics, she won a silver medal in the 100 meters and gold medal in the 4x100 meter relay, running a remarkable anchor leg. Sha Carri Richardson is known for her speed as well as her strong personality.
They're away first time. Can Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce deliver? She's got a good start, but watch Shericka Jackson. Shericka Jackson, is she just going to do it? Oh, on the near.
Richardson's personal best in the 100 meters is 10.65, which she achieved in the finals of the women's 100 meters that you just saw there in Budapest at the World Championships. And in the 200 meters, it's 21.92 seconds. Now, of course, if you're a St. Lucian, you know this name and you're going to say she is the best of the three young ladies. We're talking about none other than the remarkable Julien Alfred, who we've been talking about for about 2.5 years here on the channel. Julien Alfred specializes primarily in the 60-meter indoor, the 100 meters and 200 meters. In her early career, showed promise from a young age, winning gold in the Commonwealth Youth Games in 2017, silver at the Youth Olympic Games in 2018. Collegiate success, achieved significant success in the NCAA, setting records in the 60-meter and 200 meters indoors. Recent achievements, 2022 to 2024, won gold in the 100 meters at the 2022 Caribbean Games and the 2023 Central American and Caribbean Games. Won gold in the 60 meters at the 2024 World Indoor Championships.
8.
Set.
On their way this time, Ava Svoboda, very fast. Julien Alfred matching her strike to strike. Does so very well, the Italian. And it's going to be Julien Alfred, 6.98. That was a pressure situation between Svoboda and Alfred. It was who?
2024 Paris Olympics achieved a historic milestone by winning gold in the 100 meters, becoming St. Lucia's first ever gold medalist, and also won silver in the 200 meters head-to-head. Recently defeated Shericka Jackson in the 300 meters race at the Miramar Invitational earlier this year in April of 2025. Julien Alfred's personal best in the 100 meters is 10.72. In the 200 meters, it's 21.86, both of which are national records for the beautiful island of St. Lucia. Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. Look, all three are elite sprinters with significant achievements on the global stage. Each with their own strengths and career trajectories. Richardson and Jackson, of course, have more extensive medal records at the World Championships and Olympics, while Alfred is a newer force who has recently achieved Olympic gold. Now, if we look at, based on performances in major international competitions, Olympics and World Championships, here's a breakdown of their medal counts. Shericka has won the most international medals out of the three. Her medal count includes Olympics 1 gold, 1 silver, 3 bronze. World Championships 4 gold, 4 silver, 3 bronze, total 16 medals. Sha Carri Richardson has won 1 gold, 1 silver, World Championships 2 gold, 1 bronze, total 5 medals. Now, as for Julien Alfred, Alfred has won 1 gold in the Olympics, 1 silver in the Olympics, World Championships. She has won 1 gold, so she has a total of 3 medals. But remember, she really just started running by comparison to the others. Okay, she just turned pro, like I think maybe a year and a half ago. Now, there are going to be some of you there who are going to say the obvious. You're going to say, well, Alfred has already won an Olympic title, which is a big deal. No one can take that. That's a huge deal. Sha Carri has not won an Olympic title, meaning she gotten second in the 4x1. I'm talking about individual title. And Jackson has not yet won an Olympic title. So if you look at it from that perspective, some of you are going to lean towards Julien Alfred. I mean, it's just a perspective. But there is another side to this. To me, I am leaning, obviously, now not because I'm Yardi. I'm leaning towards Shericka Jackson being the best of the 3 for 3 simple reasons. One, her time in the 200 meters, second fastest all time. And she has the second fastest, third fastest, fourth fastest, and I believe 5th fastest 200 meter all time in history. She had a 2-year streak almost where she was unbeatable in the 200 meters. And she's the second fastest woman all time in the 200 meters. And she's also the 5th fastest woman. Remember, her time ties with Sha Carri, Richardson in the 100 meters of 10.65. I think those are 2 massive factors. Plus, she was a consecutive back-to-back world championship champion in 2022 and 2023 over the 200 meters. I think those are huge deals. Not to mention the fact that of the 3 athletes, her achievements as a 400 meter individual bronze medal was it in the Olympics or World Championships? Don't remember right now, but I'm sure I mentioned it earlier. Her diversity, the 4, 2, and 1. Now, Julien Alfred has shown tremendous talent in the 4, 2, and 1. Also, let's not take it away from her. But in terms of this raw achievement, I am leaning towards Shericka Jackson. Now, some of you are going to say that Shericka Jackson has had the longest career of the 3. True, but there are many athletes who have had careers as long as Shericka Jackson just have not achieved anything close. Now, I also concede that the fact that Julien Alfred is newest on the block, already out of the block, winning Olympic gold medal in the 100 meters, silver medal in the 200 meters, 60 meter indoor world championship. Those are incredible. Not to mention, she was unbeaten, almost unbeaten for about 9 months in the collegiate scene in the 100 meters, or was it the 60 meters? And we cannot take anything away from Sha Carri. Richardson, incredible talent. 10.65 is an insane time. But if we just look at the times again, the comparison of Julien Alfred's 200 meter time, which we mentioned earlier, Sha Carri Richardson's 200 meter time, although very impressive, are nowhere close to being as impressive as Shericka Jackson's time, second fastest 200 meter run all time. If we look at the 100 meters, Julien Alfred's 100 meters best is not as impressive as the 10.65 by Shericka Jackson and Sha Carri Richardson. And if we look at total medal haul, it's got to be none other than, of course, Shericka Jackson. So for me, looking at all ingredients in terms of speed, remember we're looking at both 100 and 200 meters, accomplishments, medal tally, etc. I am thinking that the best of the 3 at this point would have to be Shericka Jackson. What is missing in Shericka Jackson's arsenal is that she has not yet won an individual gold medal in the Olympic Games, and that is a big, big deal. Julien Alfred did this out the gate. In fact, for me, it would actually be Shericka Jackson first. That's Shericka Jackson, to me, would be the best of the 3 based on a combination of times, medal tallies, achievements, and world domination in a particular event. Not to mention the fact of Shericka Jackson winning medals in the 4, the 2, and the 1, only person to have done that at world championship level. So to me, by a clear distance, Shericka Jackson would be the best of these 3 remarkable queens. Julien Alfred out the gate, incredible. I think it's closer between Julien Alfred because of that gold medal win and that 60 meter indoor win. She has those accomplishments in 2024 are just incredible. So for me, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the times, diversity, medal haul. So for me, it's going to be Shericka Jackson first. I would say Julien Alfred second because of that incredible gold medal in her first year at the Olympic Games, and Sha Carri is the third. But I believe what the distance between second and third, I think, is very, very close. Now, I know that many are going to agree with me and or disagree with me, but of course, it's one of the purposes of this platform. I want to hear your thoughts. Who do you think is the best? I know the St. Lucians are going to say this, and the Americans are going to say this, and the Jamaicans are going to say this, but please understand that I am not being biased here as much as I admire all three of these young ladies. Yes, I'm a fan of all three of these young ladies, to be very frank with you. So I'm breaking it down based on the criteria of diversification, times in both events, 100 and 200 days, because remember, we're comparing both, and medal haul plus domination. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. Do you agree with me? And if you don't, I'd love to hear who do you think is the best of the three and why. Also, Asafa Powell. Wow, that's a pretty serious statement. That sounds like someone who was not pleased in terms of how the authorities treated him. To hear him say that his children may not run for Jamaica if they turn out to be world champions, and to hear him say that he regrets not having taken the millions of dollars that were offered to him to run for another country. Wow, that's a kick in the gut. But I think he's talking from a place of honesty. What do you think Shericka Jackson is going to do in Xiamen in 200 meters? Do you think she's going to open blistering, or she's going to ease herself in? If she doesn't win in Xiamen, but you know what? Let's not even go there. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, what can I say? I just love Shelly, man. Shelly is competitive no matter what. This is someone who is truly competitive. She don't run no joke. She don't play. So, yeah, big up to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Her son must be beaming. And what are your thoughts? Do you think our medal haul at the upcoming Carifta Games is going to be bigger than last year, or as big or less? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to support the channel. Check out our Printify. I'll leave a link in the description below. We have our Peter Lloyd World merch there. Consider joining the membership for our Peter Lloyd World channel. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, you are royals, kings and queens. Bless up.